Took a step back and I shot them. Right there. Didn't even see it coming. Hey! What the fuck you think you're doing here? You've got a lot of stones, waltzing up like you're hard. You're not hard. You're as soft as me granddad's knob. I can smell it on you. No shit. Go find a Nan's tit. When's the next bash? I'm raring to go. Come back for another row. Maybe you got a point there. Fair play, mate. You know, you really remind me of a young... Anyway. What is it you want to talk about? If this was anyone else saying that shit, I'd skin them alive where they stand. But since it's coming from you, a truly odd individual, fuck it, I'm ready for some action. I don't care what kind at this point. If Miller's just gonna sit on his ass, let's replace him with someone. I think we should go tell him ourselves, don't you? Rat piss! Reaver! Let's go show Miller what happens when you sleep on the yard, boys.
We'll get the roundels next time.
Not saying it's gonna happen, but what if Miller crooks? What?
Back off, mate. Last warning.
All right, this is gonna get messy. You ready? Lovely. Hey, it's Hobbs! Let me in! I asked Miller about where he came from. No answer. Man's scary. About time. We've been waiting out here for hours.
You ought to do something
ready?
about that hair. What are you?
When's the next bash? I'm ready to go. About time. We've been waiting out here for hours. You ready? About time. We've been waiting out here for hours. You ready? Lovely. Hey, it's Hobbs! Let me in!
Password.
I've got an appointment with Dr. Martin.
Come on in.
All right, boys, look lively. If you think about...
What the fuck are you lot doing here? Miller didn't say nothing about meeting with the hard boys.
We're taking the Lardo captive, got me? He's no longer the leader of Miller's men. From now on, we're just men. Understand?
You're out of your fucking skull, mate. You lot are dead men.
Let's fucking go! Anyone seen Miller lately?
Lads! Fucking taste of this.
Survivors! No, not like this.
Still, please! I don't want to die.
For Miller!
Dad? Is that you?
What the? You wanna see what
Do.
fuck?
Lads.
Have a fucking taste of it!
Fucking leg!
For Miller!
Yeah!
Wanna see what we can do?
Yeah! No!
Pay for that! Bleeding cow!
Another one bites the dust. You wanna
Fight another day.
Aim for the head.
Is that you?
Yeah!
I don't like this.
See what we can
Dead.
I'm raring for a fight. Fuck you.
Duh. Is that you?
What?
For me?
What?
Time to die.
You want to see me? You're dead now.
Back off, mate. No.
I can't do this anymore.
What in the sweet romantic fuck is going on around here? Hobbs, who the fuck do you think you are coming in here like this?
You're done, you chunky git. The Yard Boys are sick of you sitting on your ass all day. We're ready for some action.
And who's gonna give it to you? This spindly prat? They could barely be standing up by the look of them.
I've only known them for a couple hours, and I already know they're harder than you are, mate.
Hobbs, you're a simpleton. They clearly manipulated you, which I'm sure was as easy as drowning a child. This raw-boned weasel's about as hard as you are smart. Don't believe me? Let me prove it. Come on then, intruder. You want the throne? Come get it. See what
I knew you were made of the right stuff. You're hard as a droid's tit, mate. Damn, I feel great. I haven't been this hopped up since we burned down that military hospital in Woolwich. If this is the kind of thing you and Eve need us for, consider the Yard Boys fully on board. We'll bring this bruised bag of mayo back to the 5th column. You lot can decide what to do with him. Then, I'll go let the rest of the boys know we're under new leadership. Next time you need a few skulls split, you know who to call.
Hi, how are you?
Too fucking early. Nice haircut. Nice haircut. Too fucking early.
What's up?
Hey.
The hero of the hour has returned. You're just in time. The ceremony is about to begin. Come, join us. Just as an obese parent raises obese children, so too does an ineffective leader raise an ineffective army. But through others' weakness, the 5th column grows strong! Miller, you took these brave young men as far as your meager ambition possibly could. For that, the 5th column thanks you. However, your short-sighted vision and pride kept them from greatness among the ranks of the column for far too long, and for that, you must be punished. In the name of the 5th column, we sacrifice Miller. And in death, there is rebirth. Lily, come up here, please. With one press, you gain the glory and the honor of slaying this enemy of the column. Doing so will officially bring you into the line of succession in the eyes of your peers. Secure your fate to lead the column with the blood of a lesser. Complete the bond, daughter.
Is this it?
It is done! Congratulations, daughter. Glory to the 5th column. Now, for the men freed from this corpse's apathetic leadership, do you pledge undying fealty to the 5th column?
As long as you lot keep us busy, we do indeed.
Then let it be so. Welcome to the fifth column, brothers. Before we begin the celebration, this situation reminds me of a humorous story. An irradiated ghoul walks into a pig rat's nest with a dozen red roses, a bottle of wine.
Excuse me, I'm terribly sorry to interrupt, Mom, but you need to hear this. Smyther's just become the Lord Chancellor. As her first act, she's dissolved Parliament.
I understand why this news couldn't wait. I'll have to finish my humorous story some other time. Thank you all for coming. I must attend to these pressing matters. You, Wayfarer, come here.
With is someone in your pockets.
This is a disaster. Don't speak with anyone. Go straight to Derek Castor and bring him to me at once. Go. Now!
Just make sure it'll fetch a pretty penny in the market, yeah?
Back off, mate. Last warning.
Ah, the honorary skinhead. Congratulations. I'm guessing Eve wants a word with us. Follow me.
Yes? My daughter is not a conversation topic. No. The column was founded by a man named Harold Atlee. A great man. He saw potential where not many would, and named me as his successor. I'll tell you what I know. Deranged imbeciles. Oh, they'd be hilarious if they weren't so determined to spread their nonsensical, dangerous ideas. Petty criminals of the past. Indulgent, self-serving fools. Vicious attack dogs for the gentry, though neither of them would admit it. A hurdle that should be cleared, but by no means a priority. Indolent fools, incapable of doing anything that isn't dependent on exploiting and corrupting. We must remove their parasitic burden from the city. Bye. Do you know who has the most power in Old Blighty? Thankfully, no. It's the Tommies. Whomever commands the Tommies commands London.
I'd wager on a column boy before I'd bet a single ticket on a tired Tommy.
And you'd win the wager for sure. But the Tommies have the numbers, the territory, and the gentry's backing.
Yet... You wouldn't have called us here if there wasn't a yet in that thought.
You misunderstand. I don't even want to fight.
A bad alliance can destroy your life. Plato's words, not mine.
A pithy line, but devoid of context. We both know how it ends. A good alliance can lead you to the peaks of success. You disappoint me. I said command.
All well and good to say that, Eve. But they won't surrender lightly.
That is where Major Jonathan Allen comes in.
Time for that gambit, eh?
Time for the most important mission either of you have ever carried out.
We'll rendezvous at the Imperial War Museum.
The hero of the hour has returned.
Bloody hell. Back in the game.
you doing to my test subjects? Is this what passes for human intelligence nowadays? Perhaps it's a good thing I haven't been outside for 17 years. Wait a second. A bold display of wanton violence? A disregard for authority? Ah, you're Smythe's new lackey, aren't you? The Wayfarer. So you are, and you are quite late. Perhaps we started things off on the wrong foot. I see your cup. Make yourself useful.
Than sense if you think you
Welcome,
do that at a time.
Wayfarer. I am Director Wesley Herbertson, and you are now in my employ. Shall we begin? I have given you my name and title. Smythe found me, and made me the offer I've been waiting for, a chance to experiment, free from the needless shackles of pointless ethics. Let's not earn his ire by wasting our time in such frivolities, Nothing short of the answer to the most daring question of the atomic age. Can they be brought back from the brink of insanity? Have their faculties restored? Shall we get on with it? I am not hiding here. Very well. You were sent here because you are quite capable of getting things done. What do you know of the ghoul feralization process? Nothing like tunnel cough. That is a mere respiratory... Feralization is the end point of a ghoul's life. The moment in which they lose control of their minds and become nothing. I've dedicated my life towards undoing feralization. In essence, clearing a ghoul's mind. And now, I'm a few steps away from finishing my revivification. Or at least I was. Until my last patient had an extreme reaction, which required an... Turns out we need DNA samples from fresh... So I had a few of my underachieving scientists schoolified. I sectioned off that part of the lab to be a habitat of sorts. I want you to go down... Good. I've prepared some tools to terminate the ghouls and extract a sample with this. I won't wish you good luck. Competent people don't need it. Now go.
Emergency decontamination in effect. Emergency decontamination in effect.
Yes, your eyes do not deceive you. Those are the 4 commuters. All over 100 years old, all waiting to be liberated. My assistant will take those samples. Now that I've seen what you can do, I believe you have an extra part to play in this experiment of mine. The most crucial part of this whole experiment. With the samples you have procured, I will dose all 4 ghouls with a revivification serum. But that's only the test subjects require human interaction in order to In other words, someone needs to be in the cage with them. Only one of us is skilled in the art of self. Besides, my death would be a bigger loss than yours, strategically speaking. Wonderful. The serum has been administered. I'm releasing the first commuter. Interesting.
Worth fighting.
How curious. You may have noticed that ghoul was particularly tough to deal with. Don't worry. Enhanced strength and endurance are a known side effect of the revivification serum, as is enhanced aggression. Releasing next subject now. Assemble. That was unexpected. Are you holding up, Wayfarer? I genuinely do not know how this next specimen will react, which makes it all the more fascinating. Releasing next subject now. Try engaging into conversation. Violence once more. Make a note of its delayed aggression. An unfortunate end, but we achieved some progress. Temporary, yes, but still. Do you feel it? History forming right before our... Our very eyes. One last subject. Releasing it now. It's working. Talk to it. Don't delay. Did you see that? It understood you. It communicated. It's a success. No, it's more than a success. It's... It's behind you!
Let's get down to business.
Thank you, Wayfarer. You have done a true service to science today. Kill them? No. You gave them life. For precious seconds, they became sentient and useful once more. You saved them from a legacy of chaos. With all that said, I believe your effort should be rewarded. And I know just what to give you. Tickets, of course. And these powerful grenades. They are guaranteed to get you out of any trouble. Now, Smythe will be in contact with you shortly. So, leave. I'm sure you do. Free your mind. No, I am a self-taught... Then again, if I had participated in any kind of formal education, I'd probably have all that curiosity beaten out of me. And so I learned by doing. Haven't you asked this before? The answer's simple, because I want to. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe it's never been... Ever since I was a child, death has fascinated me. Maybe it's the eyes, the stench, the rotting skin. You'll note these are all traits they share with ghouls. Ghouls are the culmination of human desire, perfect in every way. But what if I could stop it? What if I could change that? Develop another version of the serum? Whatever I end up doing, I want to do... Yes, don't come back.
Delivery for you, Wayfarer. All in a day's work, Gav.
What the hell is that smell? Let's give him a proper... Oh, fuck you. Think we can glow in the dark?
Commencing scan. Door unlocking. Scanning complete.
What we're made of. Ow! Ow! Let's get down to business. Danger's past.
Nice to finally see a living human face. Hello there. Nice to finally see a living human face. Riveting conversation partner you'll be. I can talk, I can sing, I can whistle if you like. Just because you've got lips doesn't make you special. Anyway, my name's Reggie, or Subject 822 if you've read my files. What's your name? Pleased to meet you, truly. Yep. See that panel over there? It links up to the central computers. I was able to figure out how to get it to send out a signal to the outside world. Of course it did. Here you stand asking about it. I'm glad you asked. See that corpse over there? Yeah, the one that looks like flayed giblets. That's Professor Mina Carpenter, or what's left of her. She's the one who made me like this. After a few hundred casualties. The scientist who played God and died for his efforts. I see what you mean. Except I did not kill my creator. Let that be known. Look, I think it's about time I asked. I know we just met, but can you do me a favor? Ever since I watched Professor Carpenter die, I've been stuck in this tank. And it's fine. I get my food automatically, and this little robot fellow cleans up my leavings. But it's so boring. I want to go outside, swim in the Thames, feel the sun on my shell, see the world in all its irradiated beauty. Will you help me? Really? Thank you. I'm so excited. You have no idea. Freedom at last. You can switch off the containment protocol at Professor Carpenter's terminal. Then if you spin the valve in the maintenance room, the Thames outflow pipe will open and I'll be free. Simple, right? If there are any other test subjects lurking about, probably best just to terminate them. Mad bunch they are. Too aggressive to be reasoned with. Anyway, good luck.
It's like my lungs are on fire.
Excellent work. The aquarium is unrecoverable, or so the pigeons tell me. Freeing that crustacean was cataclysmic disobedience of orders. Don't get me wrong. But causing the lab to flood was a nice touch. Much more inconspicuous. You're beginning to show promise, Wayfarer. But this next task will be the true test of your abilities. 2 names. 2 people I want killed. When it comes to the method of execution, the more discreet, the better. I don't want you storming in like a thug. The circumstances surrounding these individuals' deaths should be somewhat of a mystery. The first name is Eve Varney, leader of the 5th column. I understand you've had dealings with her in the past. I'll assume any association is merely one of curiosity, rather than loyalty. Use this relationship to your advantage. The second name is Arthur, leader of Camelot. Speak to Dr. James North, an angel director in Westminster. He will brief you on how to best carry out Arthur's assassination. Meet him at the pub on Victoria Street. He'll no doubt be giving one of his lectures. Do you have any queries? It will be a while before we speak again. If you want a target on your back, by all means. But I warn you, if you compromise Angel, it won't be Camelot or the 5th column you'll have to look over your shoulder for. Camelot and the 5th column are in their infancy. Take these figureheads out of the equation now. Be seeing you.
Sun's coming up soon. Good old London. No problem. please would be nice. No? being a...
Fuck!
It's trench o'clock, comrades!
Medic!
Stop me!
Save London town!
Stop me!
You on a lecky pole, dressed with a nice sign and all.
cold.
Stands. Fast. You'll pay for that. Cold.
Fuck you. Hell the others.
Line. The others.
Pay for that.
You're done for.
Camelot puts that weapon down. Ridiculous. Country.
Country. I vow.
Nearly got my eye out. Oh, feel that in the morning.
Cold. Have it.
stayed hidden. Cold.
Retreat!
So that's how it is then, is it? Oh, yeah.
Oh, did that?
Reveal yourself. See me.
Prepare to face Camelot's finest. Organized. Have it! Blimey! Merely a flesh wound.
Hold.
Cold.
Make yourself known. Hold.
Not even.
Fall back! I vow to...
Don't you?
That's the. Oh yeah.
Reveal
See me
yourself.
fight with them.
An ally has fallen. God.
You should have stayed hidden.
Damn tinnitus.
Good day. Smythe is expecting you. If you'd just like to pop that bowler hat back on. No time to waste. Please make your way to the office. Smythe...
I do hope Father is proud of me.
Greetings. I trust you're well rested. Quite. I'm pleased to hear you're in good spirits. You need to be in good health, as we have a lot of work ahead of us. I'm sure you've witnessed firsthand, the situation out there has changed. There's a feverish tension, an emergent frenzy. Decisive action is imperative. While I prefer my employees address me with respect, times such as these call for people willing to take swift action. I am to take direct control of the Lord Chancellorship. For that, I need a royal decree. We want the... I trust you've read the list. Ask away. Naturally. The Baroness is the Lord Chamberlain, a considerable choke point. As such, she is integral to our plan. She's having an affair, and with one of those ghastly Thames folk at that. Good. The effete Baron Winthrope may possess the demeanor of someone with class. This pompous, precious pig has all of the He's a bottomless void of vulgar pleasure. Yet you, must work with him. As is often the case with those obsessed with conversely, if anything were to threaten his access to such joys, I trust your judgment. But my Good. Normally, I'd say Honeysett is a valued asset. But this reliance, in reality, he's trying to consolidate his own influence over the judiciary. He has a protege, Cecilia. She's exuberant, an iconoclast. On the contrary, Good. I'm glad. No, quite the opposite, though. It would allow me to suppress certain parliamentary procedures. Be seeing you.
Maybe I'll visit outside sometime. See how they...
I see one more up-and-comer.
I'm afraid visitations are by invitation only. Yes, all this seems to be...
We won't go quietly.
Smythe told me of your arrival. I'm afraid I cannot oblige you. Smythe seemed reticent to commit to the request. The requested document is not a trifling matter. In fact, even requesting it is a serious offense. You wouldn't dare? Would you? Fine, I don't agree with your methods, but this really is what's best for us all. Here is your decree. I cannot provide the seal, as you know. I can only hope that Smythe doesn't destroy everything we've built here in London. Given the lengths you're willing to go through, I'm not so sure.
Have you got a reason for bothering me? Get lost.
If you've come to challenge me, you'll have to wait. I've just been bested by another bestial young thing. Well, you found Baron Earl Winthrop. Titles may grow on trees these days, but some titles carry a dynasty rather than a vulgar rank. How rude. What an odious little oik you are. I thought myself gracious enough to entertain your company, but you've revealed yourself to be very, very boring. And yet... people have a I'll do as you say. No need to be a brute. What do you want from me? Yes, the seal. If you can just hand over the appointment, let me just... Good. That should work. Now leave me be. You've caused my disposition to become quite unstable with your harsh words and hard fists.
You look a little rough. No offense.
The show will begin in due course.
Oi! What are you doing back here? Sorry.
Be careful out there.
This week, I am delighted to host a scholarly debate. The issue, reducing the length of indentured servitude agreements. To litigate the issue, I am joined by Cecily Sugar, a barrister working out of the Chief Justice's chambers. She's a trustee of the 99ers, a civil rights organization advocating for indenture leniency. Ladies and gentlemen, Cecily Sugar.
Thank you for having me.
We're also delighted to welcome back a regular guest, a traditionalist noble with a wealth of military experience, currently serving as the chief accounting officer for the Bureau of the Indentured Fiscally Terminal and Amortized Peoples. He is also the author of Lazy London and the recent follow-up, Pregnancy, Lazy Guts, or Productive Runts. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome for the Duke of Richmond, Gregory James Pritchard.
Good afternoon.
I'll start with you, Miss Sugar. Do you really believe the fiscally irresponsible are capable of integrating into society? Do we not risk the virulent spread of mental as well as fiduciary vagrancy?
Imagine if they get into the schools.
Oh, now, I don't think anyone is advocating we'd release these people directly into the education system.
Not yet, but please don't kid yourselves. It's coming.
Roger, I can sense you'd like to respond to Cecily's ranting.
Respond? I haven't said yet.
The only one that's surprised by that is you.
Miss Sugar, if you can hold your interruptions and wait until the appropriate time to respond. Duke Pritchard, please continue.
Thank you kindly, Kibsby. Very passionate, but unable to control their outbursts.
Apologies. I believe that's the minute timer for the opening speaker. Since Cecily used her time to interrupt you, we'll just turn it off.
What was I saying? Sorry, it's hard to follow with all these interruptions. Ah, that was it. These ghastly reformists will be all one hears. Shrill, droning voices spouting ill-informed opinions on matters they know nothing of. It's very simple. If you don't want to work under a custodian, don't get into debt in the first place. Indenture is a gift, given the right frame of mind. Consider 100 years of free tutelage and guidance under a temperate, wise hand.
Now, really, I must interrupt. A gift? Come on, how ridiculous. These people are practically slaves.
It really is tedious to have to deal with these insistent, histrionic interruptions.
I agree. Miss Sugar, I'm really going to have to ask you to control yourself.
You've not let me say anything, so I must make the opportunity myself. Indenture is the new face of an ancient experiment, the sanctity of debt.
What a claptrap! Debt accelerated the reconstruction of Westminster.
It was the rapacious force behind rebuilding, true. But by compelling people to pay their debts, they are forced to work. It renders those without capital in a potential state of subjugation.
And this terrible institution of debt, which you admitted powered the rise of Westminster, this terrible institution is undermined by reducing the 100-year term by 1% or a year, correct?
Yes, it's a modest decrease. But if we can start a conversation about debt relief, it'd be liberating to the majority of Londoners and...
Risible! People work. They must work. It forms their very being. People are incomplete unless motivated by profit. Inaction is death. The moment you break this covenant, unhealthy ideas enter the ecosystem.
Indeed, such talk has proved very dangerous in the past.
Precisely, Mr. Hunter. We're at a pivot point in history. Celsi, you fail to understand that you are meddling with forces you don't understand. You could awaken an atavistic deluge within society that would destabilize London.
I think it's very odd that an act of passion could be depicted as some sort of frenzied chaos.
You are a fool. A dangerous fool. She really must be taken off the air immediately. Is that what we're doing now, Kisby? Propagating seditious ideas?
No, we don't. You're right. It's a public safety issue at this point. I quite agree. Cut her microphone. It's time we brought out our final arguments. Obviously, Cecily has said quite enough for one day. Duke, can I have you please give us a closing argument, please?
No, I'd rather not. I think the public would be best served by wrapping this up as quickly as possible. We do not want to leave a lasting impression on the weak-minded. There is an important election coming up, and a stable transition is important for London.
Yes, I quite agree. Ladies and gentlemen at home, good evening from myself and everyone here at... Oh, good heavens! What is happening?
Oh, Jesus! She's been electrocuted! Go broom!
Is she fizzling? Oh dear, yes. I can smell burning flesh. Can we turn her off? Ladies and gentlemen, please leave. We cannot be responsible for any ill health. One of our guests.
I'm busy.
Can I help you? What's this about? Smythe? The civil servant? Can't you see I'm mourning the death of a close colleague? You're implying you did this? You are a disgusting individual. I do not understand how someone clinically professional as Smythe can tolerate... There you go. More power to the faceless, unaccountable bureaucracy. Did it necessitate the death of a gifted young woman? God save us.
Welcome. What do you think of Tenpenny Manor? I find that hard to believe. Oh yes, Miss Tenpenny didn't leave me with any children. Just an exorbitant fortune and a few obedient servants. Straight to the point, huh? I like you. The manor you are standing in today is the result of generations of hard work. The gentry rewarded the Tenpennies for their years of collaboration with this piece of prime real estate. Do you notice anything off about this fantastic view? Exactly. It's that cursed Ferris wheel. When my parents, my deceased wife's parents, picked this plot of land, they chose it because it gave them a perfect view of London, not of that decrepit thing. That is why I have brought you here. I want it gone, and I'll pay you handsomely for it. It's quite simple. Once that London eyesore goes down, I am willing to pay you 1,000 tickets. How you do it? Well, that is all up to you. I know there's a gang of hooligans in Eastminster who stole some construction supplies a few days back. It was all over the news. You could steal those. But then again, the eye itself is pretty. Take as long as you want. Toodles. Don't worry. I am very patient. What about it? What is this? Are you... I know exactly what the consequence... Woe is me. How... I know there's a gang of...
haven't seen you before. And you know what we do to strangers? We welcome them! Sorry about that. Little bit of eye humour. I'm Fowler. How can I help you? I'll be here if you need any.
Precisely. Think of all those... Whatever you do... Toodles. I can see by the look in your eye that the job is done. Is it time? Oh, yes. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. Yes, it is gone. Finally. You've done it. Didn't that feel good? I've never felt more alive, God. I could blow up a tower, a castle, an entire town. Calm yourself, Alistair. Not in front of the guests. Well, as promised, here's your payment. I have to say it was very, very well earned. Don't spend it all in one place. I think it's best we go our separate ways for now. Don't want people to know our little secret. But trust me, you have a friend in the 10 pennies. And that's worth far more than your measly tickets. Toodles!
a poster? Support your party to victory in the polls? Of course. Last PM died at the tournament, so there's... I heard Freddie Newell tried to step in. Of course, Parliament wasn't having. It's just not... Oh, we've got all. We've got blue for the traditionalists. Bit daft, but they keep a steady hand on the rudder and all. We've got yellow for the pragmatists. Lynn Moores is the leader, and or she should be, at any rate. And finally, we've got red for the reformist party. Stark raving mad, the lot of them. They never... So, who... Oh, you were serious? Well, what can I say? That man couldn't lead a... And? Gets me every time. Right now, here's 5. What? You didn't think I was handing them out? Popular participation. Elections don't happen if you need more, I've got plenty. Goodness! Invisible? Are you invisible? Which is it? Which is it? Prepare to be civilized.
I live in fear knowing you people can reproduce.
Sir, my... You're back! Just in time! They're about to announce the results! Probably happened while you weren't looking. Now hush!
Thank you for tuning in to tonight's Election Night special. We just got the result from St. James Park, and the Reformist Party has won St. James Park. This can't be right. The Reformist Party has somehow won a majority of seats in Parliament, just when I thought I'd seen it all. And Charles Bailey has just burst into the studio and knocked over a security guard to give us his statement.
They said I was crazy. They said it would never happen. But I did it. I won. Me, Charles Bailey. The Prime Ministership is finally mine. All mine.
Oh, hang on a moment. We interrupt this monologue to bring you a stunning development. The MPs for St. James Park, Victoria and Lambeth have just defected to the Traditionalist Party. The Traditionalist Party now have the majority.
What? Impossible! Now, see here, Charlie. Let's be reasonable. You pompous little...
We will bring you the full result of this election and the fight between Charles Bailey and Freddie Newell after these messages.
Wow! I didn't expect that. I don't fancy Bailey's chances against Newell in fisticuffs. I hope they don't kill each other. Another election so soon would be just silly. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? I suppose campaigning isn't everyone's cup of tea. Still, you helped. Sort of. Anyway, I'm off. It's been a pleasure.
George, as your father used to say, you can nuke 'em, and the daft buggers would still vote us. Ha! Listen, I'll have to call you back. I've got some governing to do. Absolutely. Winning an election makes you a pillory for the desperate. People really need to start dealing with problems themselves, instead of going straight to the Prime Minister. Let's see. A surprisingly prominent position for Smythe. This all appears in order. I'll get things in motion immediately. You can tell our mutual friend that I'll enjoy working with them.
Joys of being a lord.
Good day. If you're looking for Smythe, I'm afraid they're busy. But again, you already know that, don't you? Oh? Are you lost, bored, and confused? You take care of yourself.
Sorry to bother, Gov. Got a letter for you. You're very welcome. Have a nice day.
Oh dear. Another poor commoner come begging. Oh, don't act like you don't know. You are the latter. Too much pride, that's your problem.
It must be horrible to live in places without luxury.
Excellent. Now would you please sign these articles of office? By the power vested in me, by the office of the Lord Speaker, I declare you Lord Chancellor Smythe.
I thank you for this great honor, and I look forward to working with you in the future. Current events have forced me to act in the present. Citizens of London, the situation has become intolerable. Even inside this sacred borough, armed gangs of hoodlums are murdering each other. This has to stop. This must stop. This will
Life at the top is immensely
This is my
satisfying.
promise to you. To combat this epidemic of violence, I will take direct control of the situation. We cannot afford the chaos of indecision during this emergency. Power will return to the people, as it always has in this country.
I do hope Father's proud of me.
And only once order has been restored. London is on the precipice, and we must fight for its survival. We must unite, as we always have countless times past, to defeat this great evil. I believe we are more than equal to the task. God bless the people.
Maybe
God
I'll
bless
visit outside
I see one more up-and-comer peasant, I'll go mad.
It seems I must lay our meat. Urgent matters have been brought to my attention. Nothing that can't be had. You can listen. General Asquith, a man loyal to a fault. We need something. Replace him with someone actually reliable.
People haven't... That's stopping them.
It is time we return to our sworn duties.
I agree, but I fear our definitions aren't aligned.
We are Her Majesty's, not some kangaroo courts.
That kangaroo court is Her Majesty's government.
I'm with the General. We shouldn't blindly follow the gentry.
Hear, hear.
While Her Majesty remains absent, our duty is to the people.
They look to us for guidance.
Not for guidance, for peace, for stability.
That is what the gentry promise.
They promise the moon, but have only delivered dust.
Excuse me? This is a closed meeting.
Ah, the pompous Petsy.
Oh, ignore General Asquith. What's the message?
You will show respect.
What do you mean, I'm in charge? The Lord Chancellor has named me General.
And a small child outside named me Mary Louise Poppinstock. She has just as much authority to promote a Tommy as this trumped-up politicaster. We answer to the Queen, and the Queen alone. We will not accept commands from anyone but Her Royal Majesty. Do I make myself clear?
Can I help you?
Got business here?
God's sake.
Greetings, salutations, and what. Ridgewell Plaskett III, sentry to Buckingham Palace and personal guard to Her Royal Majesty. I'd ask who you are, but I already know. Please enter the...
I was wondering when you'd arrive. Our new Lord Chancellor, appointed without my awareness, I might add, sent word. How kind of her to inform us after the fact. Regardless, she wished to speak with you directly about the matter. I'd recommend answering it. She's rather...
I thought I told you to not come back. Yes.
Fine. You better.
You're about to have an audience with Her Royal Highness. You no doubt heard her screaming with excitement. So long as you're on the menu. She's been feral for ages, but as a figurehead, it doesn't really matter. So long as she lives, in whatever state, her authority remains. So try not to kill her. It'd put a real damper on our relationship with the Tommies. With the gentlemen in this room, of course. Did you think I called them here for their charm? Director Herbertson has the answer. In fact, you helped him with it. Speak with him. And the princess holds the key. You'll need that.
It seems you find yourself in my employ once again. Your previous efforts, while brutish, proved quite fruitful in the long run. And today, you'll see exactly how. For this experiment, simply incapacitate the subject and administer the winning formula. Was Oppenheimer 100% sure his atomic bomb would work? No. But are you so daft that whatever you do, just don't all action must be considered. Normally, I would control for all variables, meaning I would inject the subject in my lab under close. But circumstances as they are, you must act in my stead out in the wild.
These things, as you know, are so personal. I do not approve of Lord Smythe and their machinations, but in this regard, I must acquiesce. We have a chance to give something back to the crowds. With this key, we have a chance to give them back their queen. Do not take the burden of carrying it.
It's all clearer.
Mother.
Your Majesty.
More tests will need to be run, but early indications point to a full success.
Truly?
Impossible to tell. But you'd best get her to sign that paper while we still have her. What comes next, we don't know. That's the beauty of science. We must observe and learn. But Lord Chancellor Smythe needs a certain order signed. Her penmanship will be a perfect test for the efficacy of this formula, and a control for future studies on her progression.
I just need to sign this.
Yes, Mother.
And I will start preparing for your first public appearance.
That might be a bit premature.
Or it could yield the perfect data.
My mother is not your pet science experiment.
Isn't she? She'll be in my care for the foreseeable future.
It is done.
Good. Now leave us. There's much to study.
I'm in touch with...
If you've returned with more drivel from Smythe, you can walk back out that door. Barking like the dogs you serve. If there's any bite in you, you'll meet me out front. As I have been relieved of my command, I'm free to deal with you as I would any civvy. Pistols! Draw, and let us put this mess to bed. A thug for a kingpin to the end. No one will miss your breath when you draw your last. Huzzah! Eh? country.
You'd have to be insane to take on the Tommies.
My fellow Tommies, I stand before you as your new general. By the orders of Her Royal Highness and with the full support of the gentry, I have been tasked with ensuring Blighty remains at peace. I cannot do that without each and every one of you. We cannot waver. We cannot yield to fear. There is chaos out there, yes. The streets are more dangerous than they were yesterday. But we are no strangers to danger. Death or glory, Tommies, death or glory.
Britannia, rule the
Those are
waves.
our options.
Britons never
So, let
never
us
shall be
choose
slaves.
glory. Let us bring the Queen's peace to the boroughs so that they may all feel safe. Go, march, stamp out that chaos and restore order. This is your city as much as mine. Make her a place fit for us all.
I wish I could meet the Queen.
Hey, you must be the Civion who General's looking for. Someone's on his personal line asking about you. Says it's urgent.
I was wondering how long it would take that servile buffoon to find you. Now, we talk. Good work with the Tommies. But we'll have to delay our meeting further, I'm afraid. To really put an end to this rebellion, we need unity. A common goal. Without that, violence only begets violence. And we want a monopoly on it. That goal is born from fear. A manufactured enemy will cow them into obedience. I agree. It must strike at their heart. Simply put, this enemy will seek to undermine the safety and security of all London's people. The best lie has a grain of truth after, and this is where the genius of my plan takes fruition. Our enemy shall be called Angel. You see, we've taken bold steps, you and I, to get to this position. Whispers of our organization have inevitably begun to spread. But it's too late. We already control everything, and they don't even know it. In fear of Angel, the people shall submit to it. Now is the time, my dear friend, to catapult Angel onto the national stage. Go to Land's End Inn in Peckham. Your luggage will await you in room 5. Be seeing you.
Mind the gap and all that.